Hi guys, Jay Smith here, down at Bury Golf Range in Suffolk, Mizuno Pro compare time. So we have the release of the new 221, 223, 225. Now I'm going to do a full complete review when it comes to the individual ones, the 221, 223, 225. 221 being the old as such MP20 blade, 223 being the MMC replacement, by far the biggest change of all three, and then the 225 being the MP20 HMB, which one this is, and it actually has still got HMB on there. So I have got quad on the deck. I have that capturing on the old phone so I can put up on the screen so you can see. We're range balls at the moment, and I've done some comparison. We'll go in there and we'll hit some proper like premium balls rather than range balls to see how they perform, because I'm going to hit some obviously at the middle. Everyone wants to know how far they go and all that lot, but also when it comes to the general golfers, don't hit the middle all the time. We want to see how they perform when you don't quite hit the middle. We'll be doing that in there afterwards. So when it comes to the differences, 225 so far, this is a slight change from the MP20 HMB. It's a very slight change. Blade lengths, especially in the scoring irons, of all of them have got smaller, and because T22 Wedge is a smaller wedge in its size, obviously to blend etc, everything's going a little bit teeny weeny when it comes to the high lofted scoring irons. Now I like it when it comes to a like gap wedge. I've got that in there. It is tiny. So when you look at the 7 irons, they're not all made equal. So in a 7 iron, when it comes to the 225, we'll do the 225 first. You've got 28.5 grams of tungsten in this thing in a 30-degree head, and I think you go from 2 iron, something like that. I'll pop on the screen what the lofts are, and necessarily you've got the tungsten weighting, because there is a transitional point in the 225 where you go tungsten full on and the grain flow forged chromalloy or chromalloy, or wherever you are in the world, you want to say it, before it then goes into the grain flow forged 1025E side of things, but it's still back weighted with some steel in the high lofted. All got copper, still got the copper. Anyway, so down by the golf ball, we have the unmistakable look of HMB and being the thickest of the top line of all three. Considering the blade length is slightly smaller than the old one, so it's 7, it's starting to do the tail off where the blade size gets smaller. Now this is the coldest day of the year, and I will say it, and I've said it to, well, I don't know how many times, but no one pays any attention. If manufacturers could release in the summer only, just for me, because I hate the cold. So we're going to hit 3 shots with each. We'll go 225 first, 223, and then the blade to 221. As again, this is hollow bodied. So this one is probably going to feel the most explosive of all 3. I mean, it's, yes, you can definitely feel that it's a hollow body club. It's not a unmistakable soft, buttery smooth kind of blade feeling that you get. You do know this has got a little bit of ha-ha. Now, okay, lofts are not equal. You've got 34 degrees of loft in the 221. You haven't got 34 degrees of this one. This one's 30 degrees. I'll put it down there, but you can actually see what the lofts are on the old 225. But it is a, yeah, I do like the sound and feel of this thing. And that wasn't the greatest hit in the world. You could, I mean, it's performed very, very well considering, but again, you're going to get that slight from that miss hit. But I'll put up on the screen if I can do, exactly where that was hit on the face. But considering it's kept the distance, it's not offline hardly at all. I actually quite like this one. This is going to be the most forgiving one out of all of the 3. Yeah. Oh, I do like that. I especially like it, I won't lie, in the 5 iron. The 5 iron, because it's that way, going from a bladed 5 iron, it is by far the most forgiving, confidence inspiring of all of them. It's just with the 5 iron being 24 degrees, I would need to try and get them dialed back a little bit. But anyway, so that's the 225. Let's go over to get the 223 and compare the differences between that and the 225. So back now with the 223. Out of all of them, this one has had the most amount of jiggery pokery, magic installed, engineering, redesign, whatever you want to call it. So gone has the titanium and all that lot that we had in the old MMC, and it's a little bit more of a, I don't know, it's a difficult one because you could say it's less busy, but then again you have got that two-tone look at the back. It's that Mizuno Pro thing. Now I can understand why Mizuno Pro is not MP anymore. They've changed, they've had to change, or they've decided to change for a bit of continuity between that and the old Japanese market, which is fun because I suppose, I mean, it's got, yeah, it looks fine. It's just big, and I'm used to MP, and you got Mizuno Pro, and that's just a aesthetics thing. But it's going to take me a little while to get used to the writing now. But yeah, so this one has got tech, and no different to when it comes to the HMB, the tech changes with the lofts. So I'll put down there, as you can see, the lofts, and you can also see the tech change. And you've got split cavity in these, but only up until a certain point, and when they then return back to the same 1025E, yada yada yada. But let's go give it a hit and see how it feels. It nigh on feels exactly the same as a HMB. I could not feel any, if any, difference to sound, audible this, feel of that, whatever it be. It looks, it feels just on face of things exactly the same. And I suppose it would do because obviously in 7.9 they still run the grain flow forged chromalloy, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, but down by the ball though, this one now you are looking, it's different to the HMB. It's got a thinner top line. It has got a thinner sole, though obviously you can't see the thinner sole when you, yeah, but it has. And the blade length is not quite as big. Let's go hit another one. Again, I didn't catch that one bang on, but it's done well. It's done very well. So when it comes, you can, these are going to be an interesting golf club. I mean, I've swung this a few times already, and I will be honest, no, I do not like one thing about it, and it's got nothing to do with the head. It's got to do the thing that it's attached to, as in the shaft. On my channel throughout the years, I've said that I'm not shaft specific, and do you know what? I'm not. This is the first time ever I have found myself struggling a little bit with the thing that it's attached to, not the actual head. Because it's nice. It is nice. It's just I struggle sometimes to feel where the head is. I struggle to feel, it's very difficult to articulate exactly what I'm missing when it comes to this. And the only thing I can think of is this shaft. As soon as I tried the 221, 225, absolutely fine, 223, something doesn't feel right. Flick again, and you go across and just something doesn't feel right. And it is this shaft. Anyway, let's go to the 221, the hardest one to hit-ish out of all three, the blade. Right, 221 time. Yes, it is a Mizuno blade, and of course, yes, it looks lovely. It will do. I thought when they made MP20, the blade, they could not make a better blade than that. Everything was lovely about it. Even the font they used was lovely about it. And of course, yes, they've gone and ruined it. No, they haven't. It's just that Mizuno Pro is going to take a little bit, that writing is going to take a little bit of time for me to get used to, because it's just bigger, that's all. But they've gone and relieved the edge near the heel, just that little bit there, and made it more symmetrical, where the MP20 went straight across. Effectively, that's all they've done to the back. When it comes to the blade length, though, yes, these are getting smaller. They're not as long, which I like. If anyone's seen a Ping blueprint, that is a tiny little blade from heel to toe, and it looks lovely. The issue I had with the Ping blueprint was purely, it's not chromy. It's not all chrome. It is satin, and I'm kind of a bit of a traditionalist when it comes to that. I like seeing them a little bit shiny. That's it. But this, yeah, not much tech you can get involved in this. It's a blade, basically. And people say, yeah, we've got a bit of this and we've got a bit of that, but effectively it's a blade. However, I suppose when we hit a few shots, we'll be able to see how forgiving this is or not, I guess, when we go in there. But down by the golf ball, this is distinctly thinner. very much so thinner on the top line now. This is by far the smallest of all three, and it does look the smallest of all three. It does say hit me in the middle, hit me in the middle, hit me in the middle. Right, so let's go hit 3 shots with this one and so see how that feels, because it is a blade and it is made out of 1025E with a bit of copper. Yep, that's Mizuno. Right, when it comes to the unmistakable buttery feel and all that lot that people keep going on about Mizunos, it's just the sound. It's the noise that I mean, I don't know if the microphone picks this up or not, but it is the noise that you hear. Because if you're doing the old classic earmuffs and hit different shots, people have been proven that they cannot tell the difference between a cast or a forged head. Again, subjective they say, but yeah, it's the sound that it makes off the face. It's nice. Just hit in the middle, it says. Hit me in the middle, it says. It's just nice. It goes where you tell it to, and if you tell it to go left slightly, it will go slightly left. Yeah, it's my favourite when it comes out of all three, just on the basis of feel. If you want to go by forgiveness, you're not going to beat Mizuno Pro 223 and 225. You're not going to beat it. You physically can't. I mean, this has got a just lump, a mass of very nice feeling mass, but it's a lump of mass at the end there. Yeah. These things, hollow bodies, split cavities, yes, you are going to. I mean, you've got tungsten in places, Coretech faces, split cavities, this and all everything else like that, which is going to assist the odd bad one. But last one, give this one a hit. Go on, hit the middle. It's just nice. It's just nice. Definitely my favourite. When it comes to that. If I was having a bad day though, bear in mind, it's chilly. And if I was having a day where I'm thinning everything, I'm not quite certain I'd be choosing 221. If you have a strike deficit of the lowness variety of the face, I would distinctly be not looking at 221 and be looking at probably 223, 225 with a little bit more help from tungsten, split cavities, etc. Anyway, let's go into the custom fitness studio, hit a bunch of shots to see how well it does out the middle. Yes, we all know that, but I want to see how well it does when you don't quite hit the middle, because that'd be the more fun bit. So you guys know when you don't hit the middle, if it might work for you or not. So guys, now in the custom fitting studio after hitting load of shots, 225, 223, 221. In that order, all 7 irons, although they're not quite equal, they might have the same number written on them, but they're not built the same. We've just spoke about different bits of tech and stuff that in there. Well, there is. Obviously blade, but the interesting ones are the new MMC, or the 223, and the new 225 HMB, still got it written on the side. Yeah, that idea. So what we'll do, we'll go by the 225 first, because I hit that one first. Let's go do the ball data first, 225. On average, 123.4, 18.9 degrees of launch, 5.2 spin, or 48 degrees, basically, 47.9 degrees of descent angle, that way. 37 yards in the air, and 180 yards carry. Yeah. It's long. It's long. Very long. We'll go with that. Let's go club head data, because we're going to focus on some of the mishits. If you go by the club head data, on average 91.6, 2.1 degrees down, 0.1 from the inside, 0.6 close, and 0.7 degrees toe down. 2 mil hill, 4 mil low. That's my average strike pattern, although we will find. We'll pick on some shots. We'll show you what happens when you miss hit. So, first one, 10 mil hill, 13 low. Should we do that one? Yeah, let's do that one first. Ball data for that one is 168 yards. So, we have lost 12 yards or so, which is a dramatic amount. Let's be honest, it's quite a bit. However, I am hitting it 10 mil hill, 13 low. That no one's got any business whatsoever hitting a golf club nearly half an inch to the heel and a half an inch low. It's just such a ridiculously non-performing part of the golf club. So the fact that it's only lost 12 yards Yeah, not bad whatsoever. So let's do the next one. 17 mil heel, 9 low. So that's basically a shank and 9 mil low, so a thin shank. Didn't quite catch the shank, but there's not many more millimeters to go. We'll go by the ball data on that one, 168 yards. So again, it's dropped by 12 yards from effectively a shank and a low one. So again, not the most functional part of a golf club, but it done very well. The next one, let's go down to the next one, 11 mil toe, 0 low. So basically the right part of the face vertically. So the right place up here, but just slightly towards the toe. This has got tungsten in it, 28.5 grams of tungsten, I believe. So it has got some help. So bashing it off the toe, let's go see how well it did. 11 mil toe, 0 mil low, cut across the ball data, and 180 yards. So effectively, I've hit it a ½ an inch off the toe from geometric middle, and it's gone exactly the same distance as average carry. Yes, has it lost any height? Yes, 1 yard, that's it. And it's lost descent angle, 0.4 of a degree. It's a very, very forgiving golf club. Okay, is it a blade? No, it's bigger than a blade. It looks bigger than a blade. You distinctly can tell the difference between a blade and the 225. Top lines are bigger, all that, but it's designed to be that way. It's designed to be helpful. It's designed to be confidence inspiring, trying to make it more appealing, trying to add a little bit of more help. They're trying to make the faces thinner and all that lot to try and gain as much performance as they can do. But the best bit is they've retained the fact that you can hit it from parts of the face that you really shouldn't be hitting it from. Yeah, and it still performs exceptionally well. So let's go over to the 223. On average, ball speed 122.9, so effectively 123 miles an hour. 17.7 degrees of launch, 5.8, nearly 5.9 spin, so 5.849. Descending at 47.4 degrees with going up at 35 yards in the air. So the idea with the 223 was obviously with the Modus 115 stiff shaft, which I'm not a great fan of, I must admit. But when you head out the middle, yeah, feels lovely. But yeah, I'd have to probably reshaft it into something different. I'm not saying Modus is a bad shaft, I'm just saying that I just personally don't like it. The first shaft I've ever felt in an iron that I don't like. Anyway, it's going 47.4 degrees, descent angle 35 yards in the air. It's designed to go slightly lower, and it is, okay, it's going slightly lower by 2 yards, but it is still going slightly lower. Carrying 176 yards, so fraction shorter than the HMB. Now, do you know what? If I was to reshaft it into something very much similar to the HMB or the 221 or anything other than the Modus 115, because I just don't like it, I am certain that this would equal easily the HMB, and it's my performance myself because I don't like the shaft, and I've got the feeling's not quite right, the confidence isn't there, and of course then more mishits come into fruition, which then drops the averages, etc. But this is every bit as good as the 225, but it's me that's the issue when it comes to the drop in yardage. But let's go have a look at the club head data so I can show you. So scroll down, 91.9, 4.4 degrees down, 2.1 from the inside, 1.5 closed, 0.5 toe up when it comes to line angle, because all of these golf clubs have been tweakied for me on the tour van. Thank you very much, Al. And 4 mil toe, 6 mil low. That is my average strike. However, we have some interesting ones. And of course we would. We have to focus on the interesting ones. Shall we go the first one? 12 mil toe, 6 mil low. So that's ½ an inch and ¼ of an inch off the wrong bit. So 176 yards carry was the average. 174, lost 2 yards. Okay, 36 yards in the air, 35, so I actually gained a yard in the air from that strike. Cool, okay, we'll go to the next one. 7 mil heel, 11 low. Low heel, again, generally speaking, not very nice when it comes to a golf club. Let's go have a look at
169 yards. So I lost 7 yards on average there. Have I lost a little bit of height? 34 yards against 35 yards? Yes, I have. 1 blooming yard, that's it. Considering no golf club likes low heel shots. I haven't found one yet that actively likes low heel shots. And then the last one, we'll do the last one. 11 mil toe, 3 mil high. So effectively, fractionally fat and half an inch off the toe. Shouldn't be doing that, but let's go have a look at the ball data. 173 yards. I've lost a little bit of height, yes, I'm not surprised because it was fat, but it's lost 3 yards. And it's still descending at 45.6. The magic 45 degree number, effectively over 45 degrees or 45 degrees or more, it will stop on any green. Well done, 223. I just need to reshaft it. Right, let's go to the 221, my favourite when it comes to the looks. I mean, really, how could you not like that? Oh, well, there you go. If you're a blade purist, someone who likes your old blades, I didn't think you could make a better MP20 blade. Mizuno have this irritating thing of being able to, as soon as they do something like that, you think you're not going to make it better. There's no way you can make that better. And they make something you think, oh, it's made it look old now. Anyway, ball data for the 221, 119.9, so basically 120 miles an hour, but 119.9. Launching 20 degrees, yes, it's now launching more because it's got a bit more loft. 6,000 spin, 49.3 degrees of descent angle, 1.4 yards off on average, but I do move around a little bit, but not too bad whatsoever. 37 yards in the air, more loft. However, I done one shot at the end because generally speaking, people think that because you've got a game improvement iron with the centre of gravity as low as you possibly can do, that the active help getting the ball up in the air, that if anything, a game improvement iron has much more help getting the golf ball high, maximum height wise. Now, I've just hit one there for fun at the end. I have dropped 3 yards, but it's gone 45 yards in the air when I want to hit it high. It's a very, very playable iron. But 37 yards in the air, 168 on average. Yeah, let's go club data. Scroll down. 91.1 miles an hour, 3 degrees down, 2.4 from the inside, 1.8 closed, 0.6 toe up, again, lie adjusted. 2 mil toe, 6 mil low on average. But we have a few. And I wanted to showcase necessarily these two because, yeah, they were quite poor. 2 mil heel, 15 mil low. 15 mil low. 161. 161. I have lost 7 yards from 15 mil low. There can't be much room at the bottom of that golf club. I mean, any more and you'd literally thin it. Proper, like, top. 161. Yes, has it gone a little bit lower? Yes, it has. Well, I'm not surprised, but 161 yards, done well. It's coming at 44.5, so it's borderline stopping. It would stop on normal greens, but if it's a hard green, it might run a bit. But yeah, next one. 5 mil toe, 15 mil low. I like the 15 mil low. I'm trying to push the boundaries. And on that one, you go 161 again and 29 yards in the air. So again, we're losing height and we've got 7 yards or so loss of distance from that strike. People say blades are not forgiving. I would like to, yeah, 15 mil low. I'm surprised my fingers are like really not, yeah, but they weren't. Do it with a 5 iron or 3 iron, that might be somewhat different. Let's do one more for fun. Let's do a 7 mil heel, 6 mil low. So a bit low heely. Yeah, let's count that one. Let's have a little look at that one. It's gone 171 yards. 171 yards, peaking at 35. Hang on a minute. The average is 168. So I've gained 3 yards and lost 2 yards in height from a low heel. And they say blades aren't forgiving. But yeah, anyway. You can see there that you'd have to go test yourself. Obviously, I don't know your strike patterns. I don't know necessarily where you miss, when you do miss. But if you look at the compare screens on that one, you can see distinctly that you've got your different flights, you've got your different distances, You've got different lofts. To conclude, my favourite is definitely 221 because I'm a blade person. I love my blades. I've loved blades from I can't remember how long I've liked blades because I just like the soft feeling that you get from blades. And I am really surprised though about the 225. The old HMB was a great club. Still is, to be fair. And the change that they've made to the new 225, the HMB, it's slight. The differences between HMB old MP20 to this one, they are slight. But not so much in this one, but the 5-iron, when I've done the testing on that one, the 5-iron, considering, is such an easy golf club to hit. It is ridiculously, and they are long. They are really long, ridiculously long. They are the most expensive, yes they are. We won't really go into too much with cost because it's a frustrating thing that all golf equipment is where it is, but that's the fact, that's where we are. But performance-wise, the 225 is going to be on a par with me when it comes to 223. I'm pretty certain when we get a different shaft than the 223 that will, if not, possibly outdo it slightly. But when it comes to feel, the 221 wins all day long. It's a blade. It's got no tech in the sense of forged chromoly or anything else like that when it comes to tungsten weights. It is just a pure blade. So anyway, hope you liked the video. If you did, one of them down there, little thumbs up button, that's great. Next to it, little red button. Well, that's the subscribe button. If you can click that, that'd be brilliant. And next to that one is the bell icon. If you can click that one, that'll let you know next time I upload another video. Comment below what you would prefer out of all these three. But yeah, and what kind of matchups you'd like me to do in the future. So hope you're well, and we'll see you again soon.